No, because at this point, I am quite literally begging for another pandemic. And not in the sense of like, oh, people are dying because of a virus pandemic. I mean, I want the world to shut the down again so that we can stay home and do hobbies and spend time with our pets and friends and family. And like, if you've got them, children, but like, I can't do this anymore. I am literally trading my existence to be in a place to earn money, still not enough, by the way, to pay my bills so that I can keep paying bills, so that I can keep living in the place, so that I can keep paying bills, living in the place, paying bills, living in the... I'm so tired! I'm so tired! I am 30 years old and I've done fucking nothing with my life. I can't afford jack. I can't afford a vacation. I can't even afford a sick day. Like, what are we fucking doing, bro? Oh, enjoy your life. How? How am I supposed to enjoy my life? I spend it at a fucking job 90% of my time, and if I'm not at my job, I'm going to bed early so that I can wake up early to go to this fucking job. I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm literally watching everyone around me just suck it up and do it because that's the way it has to be. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Like, what are we doing? I am watching my father, who is almost at retirement age, work himself into his fucking grave, and he has nothing. No house, barely can afford his fucking vehicle, nothing. And it breaks my fucking heart. Like, why are we living like this? Like, are we tired yet? Because I sure as am.
I can't do this for the rest of my life. I cannot do this for the rest of my life. I've been working since I was 15 or 16. And you're telling me I gotta work until I'm 65, if not longer?
I'm literally getting out of my 18th interview since October. And I'm just over this, man. It's 2 people on a panel, rapid fire questions over and over again. I thought I did great on that part. And then they gave me, it was about an hour, and then they gave me time to ask questions. I asked 6 questions, thought I did good on that. And then there was a writing section, and I wasn't prepared. And so I tried my best, and I wrote something, and I'm realizing that I am definitely relying on ChatGPT too much, man, because I basically blanked out and couldn't write anything. So, failed that interview as well. I mean, I know I should be thankful that I'm at least getting interviews. I know a lot of people aren't even getting interviews these days. But man, after interview, after interview, after rejection, after rejection, after interview, after interview, I'm just at a place where I'm just like, I don't know. I'm frustrated. Somebody hire me. I want to work. And pay me well. $15 an hour no more doesn't cut it, man. It's not going to cut it no more. I have more than experience. I have a degree. I know my worth. So.
You cannot convince me enough that we are supposed to be working 40 hours a week to get 2 days off on the weekend, and really it's barely even 2 days off because, you know, Sunday is basically prepping for Monday so that you can redo this all over again. And then you really don't make enough money. The gap between wages and cost of living is so massive. This cannot be the rest of our lives. Oh no. And then when you meet people who are like in their 40s, late 40s and 50s, who are like, oh my goodness, like I've been at my job for 10 years and they have never had a raise and they don't ask for anything. And they're like, yeah, thank you so much for your leadership. Ew, fuck this job. What the hell? You fine making that money for the past 10 to 15 years? Really? That's okay with you? Meanwhile, millennials and Gen Z, we come in there like, if you don't give us a raise in the first 7 months, we out. And they're going to do it because they have the money. The companies have the money. They just don't want to give it to you.
If you're wondering why your Amazon packages are taking forever, I quit over 2 weeks ago and I'm still getting scheduled. I literally handed them my badge, said, I hate this place, I'm never coming back, and walked out of my shift, and they're still scheduling me. Mind you, they are not allowed to overschedule each night. So me not showing up means they have 500 less packages being packaged every night because they're just not choosing to replace me. Exactly. Now think about all the people that have done exactly what I just did. Exactly. Amazon knows you will not stop paying for Prime. So guess what? You're just going to be paying for late packages. If you want Amazon to become a better experience again, you're going to have to suck it up and go back to buying in real stores. This is just the honest truth. It does not matter what time constraint and how much you're paying for a membership. If people are quitting, you're not getting your stuff on time.
So I work in payroll. This is a real life example of how big wage gaps are in America right now. This is a real example. There's an employee that make $8 an hour, which is fucking criminal. That means their 2-week paycheck, $640. Their annual salary, $16,000. Another employee, $30 an hour, 2-week paycheck, $2,400, annual salary, $62,000. The CEO makes $1.3 million. That means every fucking 2 weeks, they make $50,000. Do the math, they make $625 an hour. So the CEO makes what this person makes in a year in 3 days. The CEO makes what this person makes in a year in 12 days. It would take this guy 2.5 years to make one of their paychecks. It will take this person 10 months to make one of their paychecks. That's America. This guy's dirt fucking poor. Paycheck to paycheck. Fuck you.
Just a little survey. When you guys get a raise, how much is your raise? Like, has anyone gotten a raise at work, and how much was that? And what do you do for work? Because genuinely, whenever I hear like, I'm not going to say the company because I don't want them, but there was a place that I got a raise at, and it was like, what, like 75 cents or something? Or like it was like $1 or something. And like my other coworkers were so happy, and I was like, it's $1. Like, I mean, taxes is going to even it out. I'm not really going to be getting paid that dollar. The more, you make in that sense, the more they take, right? So like, am I actually getting that full dollar, or am I going to get like maybe 10 cents out of it, which is like nothing? Like, just keep it at that point. I don't even want it. Like, it's such a like spit in the face. Like, it's an insult. Cause like, really, I'm supposed to be happy with $1.25 raise. Like, what are people's raises looking like? Obviously, like, I don't have a college degree, so like I'm working minimum wage jobs. So like, it might be better for corporate, my corporate baddies. But like, what are raises looking like for y'all? Cause I'm wanting to know. Because bro, I feel like we keep accepting such little for so much that we do, like so little. But yeah, y'all let me know what raises y'all get, cause I'm trying to see something,
Hey, how does a company end up paying the same rate? The same hourly rate that you were paying 5 years ago? You're still looking to hire people and pay them the same amount of money in 2026. Or does that make sense?
People are giving 1970s advice to people living in 2026. The economy's changed, the cost of living's changed, the rules change. But people are still acting like the old rules apply.
This is why you don't feel like yourself anymore after work. And nobody really talks about it. You come home tired, but it's not just physical. It's mental. It's emotional. You're drained from dealing with people. Drained from the pressure. Drained for constantly being on. And by the time you get home, you don't even feel like doing anything you enjoy. You don't want to talk. You don't want to go out. You don't even feel like yourself. And then when the weekend comes, instead of being excited, you're trying to recover. But that's not normal. That's what happens when your job takes more from you than what it actually gives. Because work isn't just work anymore. It follows you home. It sits on your mind. It affects your mood. It changes how you show up to your personal life. And slowly, you start losing pieces of yourself. But let me say this clearly. A job should never take so much from you that at the end, there's nothing left for you. Now I need to know, have you been feeling like this after work? Comment drained if you know exactly what I mean. And follow me, because we're talking about the real impact of work.
Why is everything in the United States a motherfucking scam and just designed to make you motherfucking fail, dude? You guys know my mom got in an accident in the Cadillac. She's been driving a car that a lady was kind enough to let us use until we figured out to buy my mom a car. So I've been trying to buy my mom a car. And my mom doesn't want anything special, right? I'm just trying to get a car like $8,000, $9,000, trying to get her a little Honda CRV, 30 mile per gallon on gas, reliable. Don't really care about the mileage. So I went down to a dealership the other day looking at like a 2017 one, but it had like 186,000 miles. And I was talking to the finance manager, and he's like, are you wanting to put any money down? Of course I don't want to put money down, bro. Just let me make a payment. You know what I'm saying? And if you get a used car, they don't finance cars with over like 125,000 miles. Which means what? Which means if you want to buy just like a car with higher mileage, you got to put a bunch of money down in order to be able to try to get financed at all. And most of your financing is going to come from like a credit union. Your APR is going to be stupid as fuck. So if you just need a reliable vehicle that's relatively cheap, you're going to have to come out of pocket a motherfucker. Like a motherfucker. Meanwhile, I could walk out the dealership with a brand new $60,000 car, no problem. So let me get this straight. You won't loan me, like this was like a $14,000 car, right? And it was probably valued at like 12, you know? So obviously when a bank looks at that, it says it's underwater. Well, okay, let me put a couple $1,000s down and then you'll get it financed. The dude was like, yeah, bro, you probably don't want to try, just get, you know, a car with less miles and pay more money. And I'm like, okay, so I ended up going on Carvana or CarMax, bought a car from CarMax, spent twice as much as I wanted to just so I could get this shit done, bro. But it is such a fucking scam, dude. This is why people always get cars they can't afford, because the more expensive the car, the easier it is to get financed. It is such a fucking scam, dude.
I have not seen my wife or kids in 3 days. On Friday, I woke up at 5 a.m. and I worked until 10. They were all asleep. Saturday, woke up at 5 a.m. I worked until 9:30. They were all asleep. I have been working since 5 o'clock. It is now 6 o'clock at night. And I have another 3 hours left to work. Because I am working around the clock to be able to afford life, because it's so damn expensive. And I'm affording life. We're getting by, but I have not seen my family in 3 days. And I got to do the same thing tomorrow. I got to work around the clock because bills are being bills. And y'all might say, oh, the economy is fine. Everybody's surviving. No. Keep telling yourself that little lie. We are all hurting because of one person that is in charge of this fucking country. So yes, we need to make a change. Period. Because we are all drowning except for the rich. This is a 3-day crash out. I don't get political. But I do get political when it affects my finances and when it affects my life. This sucks. I don't even want to hear it.
I don't think that is clicking to a lot of people that groceries, gas, all the necessities that we need to live is outpacing our paychecks. The food we need to eat, the house that we need to afford, all of those things are outpacing how much we take home. People are getting into debt to be able to afford these things. Iowa isn't even affordable anymore. What is going to change? The economy is awful. You are not crazy. You are not trying hard enough. We are literally getting outpaced. You cannot run after a car. You just can't. You're never gonna outpace that.
Y'all, I'm sitting at work and I'm scrolling on Indeed or whatever like that. And I came across a job. It was a director job and the pay rate was $19. The job market is so like criminal because why do you think I'm directing anything or anybody for $19? Like, and it sucks because that's not even a livable wage. So the fact that's being offered for a director position, like, I know you're fucking lying. And I'm not saying some people can't live off of that because they literally have to and it's not their choice because of, you know, what the economy is. But I'm saying though, why are we offering $19 for a director position? Like we have to make it make sense. Like that's the problem I have with it. Y'all, I'm sitting at work and I'm scrolling on Indeed or whatever like that. And I came across a job. It was a director job and the pay rate was $19. The job market is so like criminal because why do you think I'm directing anything or anybody for $19? Like, and it sucks because that's not even a livable wage. So the fact that's being offered for a director position, like, I know you're fucking lying. And I'm not saying some people can't live off of that because they literally have to and it's not their choice because of, you know, what the economy is. But I'm saying, though, why are we offering $19 for a director position? Like we have to make it make sense. Like that's the problem I have with it.
A lot of people are just surviving and not living. Like, a lot of people wake up the next day stressing about yesterday. Stressing about, all right, well, I ate yesterday. I got to figure out how I'm going to eat again today. Or, you know, I paid the bills this month. I gotta run it back up. I gotta go DoorDash. I gotta go Uber. Then I gotta go to work for fucking 60 hours to make ends meet. And to whom this concerned, like, you might be tired of me making a video like this every now and then, but I'm gonna keep making them because I'm tired of people suffering in silence, fam. Our parents always grew up telling us we want you to be better than us. Mom, trying like I'm doing my best. You feel me? This, like, life didn't get easier since I became an adult. You know, life was actually easier when I was a kid and we was sleeping on the fucking street. For real, for real.
The economy is doing bad, y'all. It's getting crazy out here. I know y'all can see the difference because times have changed, people have changed. Everybody is like mentally burnt out. And that's the sad part. It's like you want to do better, you want to evolve in your life. But soon as you try to get ahead, it seems like you always taking 10 steps back by default. And it's no one's fault. People are drained. People are burnt out. This is why. They're doing everything right, but they seem to not get it right. And at times it's just becoming rough by the second. People can't afford nothing. You go to the grocery stores, they're always changing. And then the price can change while you at the grocery store, while you shopping. That's how crazy this world has become, this country. And people just don't understand it. We'll never understand it. The more and more we try to understand it, the more and more confused we get. And people still not woke to what's going on. And if you're not woke to what's going on, it's going to be very difficult for you once it really starts to hit the fan. Because they're not done yet. There's more. And I know that's the sad part, that there's more. But just think about it. Each and every day, you always become surprised. But you're becoming so surprised to the fact that you're starting to become numb to it. You're starting to lose trust in everything. You're starting to not care. That's why a lot of people don't care anymore. People don't even care to pay their bills back on time no more. Because it's getting like that. And who would have ever thought that it would get like that? But it really is getting like that. Phone bill high, internet bill high, everything is continuing to increase. And every time a price increases, they always make up an excuse why it increases. And an excuse don't even make no sense. At least make an excuse up that makes sense. But they don't even care no more. They don't care whether it makes sense or not. And that's the crazy part. And it's designed for us to just fail, keep us under. That's why the economy is failing. And a lot of people realize this. Some people realized this a long time ago. But it's a lot of us that's just realizing it now because we were so naive to what was going on. This is the things that they tried to keep us from. But now we're starting to find out. It's becoming more terrifying than ever once you find it out because you really can't believe. But it's really happening. And a lot of people, they just can't take it no more. That's why you see crash outs everywhere. This is the reason why. And then people act like they didn't have a reason. That's not a valid reason because you shouldn't destroy stuff, but I understand it. It's not valid, but I understand it. And that's why you see a lot of people venting, lashing out their frustrations because that's the only way they can control themselves. And ain't that the sad part? That's the only way they can control themselves. If they just vent. And this is a sad situation. And I'm telling y'all, it's going to get sad. And a lot of people are starting to realize that the American dream is dead now. There's no American dream anymore. And I'm telling y'all, they always say, just wait on it. Times will change. We've been hearing that for so long. When they gonna change? And let me know how y'all feel about this. The economy is just going bad. Share y'all thoughts on this. And that's my take on this situation. And I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace.